also a big problem that, like, if you already have HIV, you take this pill every day, antiretroviral medication, which is funded by the U.S. government and is no longer available to those people because that funding has been cut by the Trump administration. But while I lived there, you could get your ARVs for free.
Okay.
And it's a pill you take every day to keep your viral load down so you can stay healthy. Right?
Okay.
And not be sick all the time.
Okay.
And then we would have a big problem where men would be too manly or whatever dumb ass reason. They would they would refuse to go to the clinic, which we have that problem in the West. Men don't go to the doctor.
Yeah. You say doctor,
be
guys
better.
be like,
I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Wow.
I know. And they act like you're
looking at me.
I know. And they act like you're an idiot for asking whatever.
Don't even suggest it.
These fucking guys won't go to the doctor. And instead of going to the doctor and getting tested for HIV, which they definitely have, which is why she has it.
Okay.
They will just take her drugs. And then maybe they'll go every other or something.
Oh my gosh.
And so we had to be like, that is really bad.
Right.
Do not do that.
Yeah.
And then she would probably end up with her ass beat again. You know, it's a problem. It's a huge fucking issue.
Yeah.
And women also like know their HIV status more because when they get pregnant, they automatically have to go to the clinic and get tested so they don't pass it on to their child.
Right.
So women often know their status and men like refuse to know.
Right.
Oh, cool.
They don't know. That's not manly.
Right. And they're usually like screwing around, like they're often not faithful in their marriages. Right. And then they're like, it's a whole systemic thing of why HIV is so bad.
Okay. Did you ever like walk along the village and come across like wild animals, like lions?
No, except monkeys.
The monkeys.
All right. We had some bitch ass monkeys that honestly the village would poison. And I was like, I don't agree with the poisoning, but I do agree that we need to like kill these monkeys. And it's because they're like seagulls, dude. There's too many. And
or the Canadian geese. They're dirty.
Right. Yeah. And they would steal crops and they steal food. And I had a beef with one that was like eating my tomatoes and I would slingshot rocks at it and it would throw tomatoes back at me. And I was like, well, I had a personal problem with the monkey, but then those are the only animal. Oh, I guess in my village, no. Most of the big like game, the safari animals that you think of, like stay on the reservation because they do. If you have elephants hanging out in your village, they are gonna like hurt someone.
Right.
Steal food. Okay. Like lions will eat children.
Right.
Like it's actually like there are a couple of organizations I know of that are trying to make that relationship not so cut and dry.
Right.
But most villages, if they know like an actual like wild animal is around, they're gonna kill it because it's not safe. Yeah. And they're already tired of people dying for like no reason.
Exactly. Especially when you're talking about little kids. They can just snatch them right up. And I mean, okay, for any animal lovers that's going to be listening to this, let me just say.
You can slide in my DMs. I don't care.
I'm just going to say, if a lion is threatening your family and children are at risk, you kill it. And that's a meal for like the next couple of days.
This is a different world. Like we're not, exactly. I don't know how to explain that to people. Like when this is a different place. And if someone's threatening your child, it's not a game.
Exactly.
Like there are a couple of nonprofits that work with families that will like dart it and take it to, that's what I'm talking about. Those like associations that will dart it and take it to like a national park where it's supposed to be instead of them shooting it because otherwise that's
the only alternative
what they do. Exactly. I mean, and if something's gonna eat your kid and you don't have any other means to take care of it, I'm sure you would
you gotta do what's best for you and your family's safety.
That's how it is.
Yeah, for sure.
So, call PETA. Like this isn't America.
Exactly. So what was the most like memorable or meaningful part of just being in Tanzania for you?
One of the more memorable, dude, I think one of the most memorable parts is also probably one of like the dumbest things I've ever did. which is jump off of a cliff with a few other Peace Corps volunteers. Hey, Roxanne. We were on like a little vacation by Lake Malawi. There's like a lake between Malawi and Tanzania.
Yeah.
And there was like this little tiki area where you could, pay to hang out and camp for a few days.
Okay.
And we jumped off this cliff that was like just it was so high and it was like rounded, so there wasn't a clear like
you didn't know
trajectory.
Like exactly.
You didn't know exactly where the curve was going to stop, and I remember being afraid of that. And like,
right.
There's GoPro footage of this happening. Also, I didn't take it, but like the guy behind me did.
Okay.
And hey, Mike. And that was super memorable.
Right.
Never going to do anything like that ever again, because we're like 8 hours from the nearest hospital.
Right.
Somebody Will broke his tailbone. Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
And then his tailbone stayed broken for like a really long time because I think they missed it on an X-ray. I don't know, Will. You can DM me. No. And
yeah, Will, so DM us.
That was very memorable because my life flashed before my eyes. Oh my and then you know what? We got out of the water, and the guy who worked at like this little thing that we were staying at.
Okay.
We got out.
Yeah.
And he was like this Rasta guy, and he like handed me a joint, and I was like, what is going on? And I hit it, and then I swam back to shore. It was like, had a black and blue, like from my knee to my ass. Like it was terrible. And we shouldn't have done that. And
that was like the best moment.
But that was like such like, I'm 20 and I'm invincible and I can never die. So like, that was the only time I was ever going to have the nuts to do anything like that. So that seared into my brain.
I wasn't even there, and I can just picture it. Oh,
it was so
gosh.
scary. Wow. What else? I mean, definitely not to make this a sad podcast or anything.
That's okay.
I was like at the clinic once, and this girl came in who was like, she was maybe like 5 or 6.
Okay.
And she was there by herself, and she had walked there by herself. I don't know how far, but it's like could be pretty likely that it was like kind of far.
Okay.
And they gave her antiretrovirals, and she went to like walk out the door and walk home, and she was so small, and they like yanked her back in and like put it in a paper bag so no one could see it. And I was just like, that's really hard.
Yeah, especially to see somebody that young.
She's so small. I mean, that just really was made me sad.
That would be sad, because I mean, when you talk about kids and seeing how they're
so
suffering,
preventable.
Yeah, it could be so preventable. It affects you. So
like, she didn't do anything.
Right, exactly.
Not that anyone deserves it, but like, she came into the world like that, and that just really made me sad.
Wow.
But I should have started with the sad one.
Yeah, maybe you should have started
with the fun one.
They
do have a lot of fun memories. I do have a lot of memories of being just irate at how many men would follow me around when I was in town and just be like, dude, because they would just yell. Yeah. Maybe it just means like foreigner. Yeah. And after like 10 minutes they would get bored and like go away, but it was just like every time. It made me so irritated, and like, who wants to be alone in a rural area in Africa and have like a group of men following them around? And I got used to it after a while, but like initially I was like, oh dude, this is a lot. And they did warn us. I will say, they were like, this is gonna happen, but like, you'll be all right.
Stand out.
You're gonna like, you'll be okay. They're not gonna, it's a fine line, but like, just don't freak out. And of course I was like, I freaked out. The first time is always gonna freak you out, but just men like bothering you all the time there because you're not African was alarming and very tiring.
How did you feel like right before you got ready to go to Tanzania? Once you found out, okay, I'm going to Africa, I'm going to Tanzania, what feelings did you have? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Were you like unsure? Like, why am I doing this?
No, I was not unsure. I was like, we're going. Because I didn't have any other plans.
Yeah.
I didn't apply for any other jobs.
Right.
I had graduated from college in the spring.
Right.
I found out in, I think, like August.
Okay.
So between April and August, no plans were made.
Oh my God.
I was like, if I don't get in, I guess I'll find something else. But I really was like, we're going. Because I did genuinely really want to do it.
Okay.
So no part of me was like, we're going to back out of this. When I got there, I was just like sleep deprived. And I was like, I want to go home really bad, but like, you can't do that.
Exactly.
Like, there's no way you can do that.
Exactly.
But no, dude, I didn't doubt that decision at all.
Oh, wow.
I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared, but I was like, that's not a good reason.
Right. To back out.
That's not a good reason for anything to me. I've always thought like being scared is not a good, if anything, being scared means it's probably like a good, within reason. It's actually probably like means that you're going to grow from this.
Exactly.
And, you know, if being comfortable your whole life is not probably a sign that you're growing or improving as a person.
Right. And if you're like too comfortable where you're at, you're not going to challenge yourself to get out there and discover other stuff.
Right. And I was like fresh out of college. I was like, you need something that's like hard. Like,
Oh yeah. You chose something that was hard.
But after the first like 6 months, it really wasn't.
Okay.
You settle in and you get used to it, and it just ends up being like, yep, just another day at work. Yeah. Just in a different place.
Right.
So
would you ever go back to Tanzania in the future?
Of course. I would love to know how much Swahili I actually remember.
And I was just about to ask, because you speak Swahili?
Probably not anymore, though. Yeah. And I would like to acknowledge that compared to my peers that I was there with, mine was the worst.
Okay.
Out of all of my friends, mine was the worst. And so I can get around. Right. But I can't have like
a full-blown conversation.
No, that's, you know, I can get around, and I can get into, you know, I can figure out the logistics of travel. Okay. And I can, you know, figure out how to get toilet paper and like the basic, I can order at a restaurant, buy stuff at a store, and, you know, do basic shit, but I can't be like, oh, you know, like tell me all about, I can't have an in-depth conversation.
So today, just to interject something, today me and Megan hung out. She took me to this awesome, like, noodle place, which was very
the flowing noodles that come down the stream. Yes.
Exactly.
It's fun.
And I remember you saying, make sure you tell me, or you remind me to mention about toilet paper.
Oh yeah. Well,
and I was like, what?
Well, there's a question that's like, do you have any travel advice for this country?
Yeah.
And I know there's another episode about like Germany or like places that are developed.
Yeah.
Okay. You are, well, I should say this. It has been said that unless you have shit your pants, you're not a real Peace Corps volunteer in public. Like if you live in East Africa, you're gonna poop your pants. Oh, can I say shit? Yeah. I can say shit. Okay. Unless if you didn't shit your pants, you weren't really in the Peace Corps. Sorry. You know. But so most bathrooms in Tanzania, 90% don't have toilet paper. So go buy it and keep it in your backpack. Just always have that thing on you, because you're going to need it, dude. You're going to get a bucket of water and a cup, and that's not doing it for me or any other Westerner. That's not it.
So anybody that's going to join the Peace Corps in the future, make sure you stock up on toilet paper.
If you're in East Africa, you need some toilet paper. Good thing is that if you ask for toilet paper and enunciate that at a duka at a shop, they know what you're saying.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
So also, yeah, if you're going to backpack around, I would always have a towel too, because a lot of places don't give you a towel. Oh. You know how I think it's in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, it's like, always have a towel. I was like, that's for real. Like, you should have a towel. Even when
toilet paper and a towel.
Yeah, we were like traveling around Hiroshima and Osaka last week, and I was like, I feel weird not having my towel. Like, and everybody was like, what do you mean? The hotel gives you a towel? And I was like, what if they don't? Like, you need a towel. Nothing's worse than being like naked and wet and having like no solution.
No solution.
Just a t-shirt. The t-shirt's like not my fave. Like
right.
My other. This is gonna sound messed up.
Yeah.
All right. When at least in town, I know several people that have been in Dar es Salaam or like other like town like cities.
Okay.
And gotten. People will drive by on a motorcycle and snatch your backpack off of your back.
Okay.
And sometimes, if you have both arms in both holes, they will just drag you. So it has always been told to us by security and everybody that we talk to that says you better. Oh, please just always have one arm in your backpack.
Okay.
Don't do two. They will drag you. People have died. Like
I was gonna say,
don't go to the emergency room at the very minimum. Like you need one arm in, because it's like a rampant issue. Now this was then.
Okay.
So it was like maybe like 6 years ago. Maybe they don't do it anymore, but I doubt that.
You still got to be. That's almost like what they say, like in Paris. Make sure you're not walking around with your phone out.
Oh yeah, don't have your phone out. Back pockets. Don't put anything in your back pockets. It's a huge.
Yeah.
It is a major joke in my friend group that I went through 8,000 phones while I lived in Tanzania. It's a huge joke. I'm sure everyone's like, LOL. That I went through 8 billion phones while I lived in Tanzania because it was always in my back pocket.
Right.
And either somebody would snatch it or I would go to all the toilets there are squat toilets level with the ground.
Okay.
So go to squat and it would fly out. It was just a series of... It was... chaos. So I'd buy a techno brand phone like every 2 months and be like, why is this happening to me? And it was like my fault. So nothing in your back pocket, front pocket, wallet, phone, everything. Don't even, because they'll take it.
Oh my God. So make sure you have toilet paper. What was the
towel?
A towel. And make sure you got your phone somewhere where you don't lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Don't put it in your backpack.
Don't put it in your backpack.
They'll take that shit too.
Take that too.
I don't mean to make it sound like, I survived. We're all fine. Like no one actually got really
like attacked or robbed. Yeah.
No. Yeah. But you really got to be careful in places like that.
That's true. And especially if they know that you're like a foreigner, you're not from there, you stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
It's like be smart, not stupid.
Yeah.
So
the only thing about being a black person in Tanzania who doesn't speak Swahili is that people get pissed at you for not speaking Swahili.
Really?
Because they're like, where are you actually from though? And they're like, I don't really want to explain like American history to you and like slavery and shit, you know what I mean? So they get mad when you don't speak any, or that your Swahili is like secondhand, I just learned it. Yeah. They do get mad at you about that. Cause they're like, you don't even know about where you're from. And they were like, that's not my fault. And then I'm always like, oh God. Oh no.
Well, they'll be mad at me if I ever go and visit.
It's getting heavy.
Anybody hot?
Yeah.
So my final question to wrap up our great podcast. I had to get Megan on here. Megan is a storyteller. Let me tell you. What advice would you give someone thinking about taking their first solo trip, whether it's local, out of state, international, like you did? You went to Tanzania. What would be?
Yeah, that was a big jump. I wouldn't do that first. Don't just go from like living in Pennsylvania to do it.
Right.
But be prepared.
Yeah.
Maybe go to like, I don't know. I survived it, but that is like very specific to my personality. What advice do I have? Please make sure, I wouldn't go somewhere developing first. I would probably go somewhere developed first because the language barrier is still a problem.
Right.
Getting around and not understanding how like the trains and public transportation works is a problem. Mm-hmm. People are probably going to try to rip you off. Like there's still like go to Paris where they like might rob you, but like only light robbery, like only some pickpocketing, not dragging you.
They may take your phone, not drag you.
Yeah, but they're not going to like drag you to death. Yeah. Like, and if you need I feel like solo traveling, you wake up every day and you're like, I need to do stuff.
Right.
And be the traveler and be like, dude, if you need a day to just hide in your hotel and go to one place across the street and just stay on that block and like feel your way around, you're still like doing it.
Right.
If you need a day for mental rest, definitely when we got to Japan, I was like, I need to hide in my room for a day or two.
Yeah.
Just because it's so mentally taxing to travel that way and try to, it's a lot. And it's a lot on a daily basis. So like give yourself grace as far as being just like mentally exhausted by the whole thing. Definitely build in, like if you're planning an itinerary, build in like days where you don't have anything planned.
Right.
Like, and if you want to go do something on the fly, that's one thing, but don't like pack your itinerary to the point where you don't have a day to like sleep in and just vibe and watch a comfort TV show because you're overstimulated. Like, right. It is, Yeah,
I always say, before you go make that big leap, like to Japan, like we did, like I did when I went to London or, Germany or wherever, try going to dinner by yourself.
Yeah.
Or going to have lunch by yourself.
Yeah.
See how you do with that. And then build up from that gradually. I'm like Megan. I've
been doing that for so long that I forget that other people don't like doing that.
Exactly. Because
sometimes I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't want to eat with other people right now.
I want to myself.
I don't want to eat with anyone else.
Make sure you're able to go outside of with that comfort zone, that bubble, before you go and do a huge leap like that.
And even if you're feeling like weird about it, like you can call home for like I don't know, 30 minutes and be like, I feel weird about this, and hopefully you have someone that'll be like, that's all right, you're doing it, like encouraging, like you're doing it. And that's more than most people do. Most people don't have the guts to do this. So give yourself some credit, because most people sit at home and never go anywhere, and that's their life. Like you're doing the thing.
Exactly.
And it's scary sometimes, but I always think that if stuff is scary, it's usually a good thing. Usually a good sign.
Because you can't go somewhere, whether it's local, out of state, in your state, out of the country. Like you said, as long as you're a little afraid. It's better to be afraid and attempt to do it or do it, as opposed to not doing it because you don't let that fear overtake you.
Don't let it being afraid of something like dictate your life. That's a lot. I mean, there's one thing. It's one thing to follow your intuition and be like, this is sketchy, and like I don't like. It's feeling out individual scenarios, but like as far as traveling goes, like just send it, dude. You're only gonna be alive for so long. You're gonna die one day. Do it. Do it.
And that is words of
You're gonna be dead one day. Oh my god. That's the same way I feel about dieting, honestly. I'm like, oh my god, you're gonna die one day. You just eat it. It doesn't matter.
I mean, you're gonna work it off anyway.
You're fine. You're human.
Oh my gosh. Megan, thank you so much. Thank you for coming on and sharing your story. This is a fun episode. I told y'all in the beginning, this is a fun episode, and here it is. So thank you again for sharing your journey, the story behind it. I appreciate it. Yeah, and as I always say, my moonbeams, take care, enjoy the rest of the day, and I will talk to you later.
Okay, bye.